Hello, everybody, and welcome back to What If Megatron won in TF 2007. Now, let's not waste any more time, and let's get on with the story. We continue off with the Autobots and Decepticons facing off in Chicago. Ironhide faces Brawl, Ratchet faces Runabout, Bulldog faces Dubot and X, Hot Rod faces Stockade and Steerer, Lieutenant faces Sideways, Cup faces Blackout, Cogman faces Soundwave, and the Knights face Scavenger, Thundercracker, and Starscream, while Longarm and Salvage just stay and watch, unsure of what to do during this fight. Ironhide's tango with Brawl, but Brawl has the advantage, so he actually knocks Ironhide back. Ratchet is outmaneuvered by Runabout, but he does use his Saw Blade to destroy his Saw Blade. Bulldog just blows up Dubot with a single shot, and then he steps on X, without even feeling like he did anything. Hot Rod fires his Stop the Time gun at Stockade, but Stockade dodges most of it, with Steerer as well. However, one of the shots does hit Stockade in the arm, and Steerer is also frozen, which allows Hot Rod to drop kick them. Lieutenant tries to fight, but Sideways, well, he's younger, so Sideways manages to outpace him and knocks him to the floor, and then he stabs him to death, unfortunately killing the old-timer pretty quickly. Cup uses a smaller size to outpace Blackout's attacks, dodging and weaving into buildings, with him shooting parts off of him, wearing him down. Cogman would dodge Soundwave's attacks. The Knights managed to hold themselves off against the three cons very well, especially since they combined the Dragon Storm and they ripped Demolisher apart. The human military sees what's happening, with Simmons recognizing Ironhide and Ratchet, and so he orders the military to not fire on them, with General Marshmallow agreeing. So the military rolls in and gives the Autobots extra firepower to push the cons back, damaging some Sideways in the process. However, Megatron enters the battlefield, with him smiling as he charges at the Autobots. Ironhide tries to use the staff on him, with him actually shooting a beam of its energy, but that does some damage to Megs. However, it's not enough, as the Allspark then heals the damage Megatron is inflicted with. And then he fires an Allspark beam right at Ironhide, hitting him, and to the others, it seems he has been disintegrated to death, with the Autobots being enraged, so they begin to attack Megatron. Megatron tries to fight them, however, he does not last long, as Dragon Storm charges at him, grabbing Megs and tossing him, throwing him around the city. While this is happening, the military holds off the rest of the Decepticons, so Megs is jumped by all the Autobots. Megatron then gets up and flies towards Dragonstorm and starts attacking him, causing them to fly back. However, Megatron tries to open another beam of the Allspark and is about to hit Hot Rod, but the Bulldog actually jumps in and saves Hot Rod. Ratchet and Cub come up with a plan that Hot Rod will freeze Megs in just the right position, which will allow them to pull the Allspark out of his chest. With Hot Rod agreeing, so they all attack Megatron at once, with Megatron getting ready to open another Allspark wave, but Hot Rod fires at him at just the right moment, which gets Megs trapped, but at an angle where the Allspark is exposed from the portal, allowing Ratchet and Cup to grab it at regular speed. However, just as they're about to pull it out like Spider-Man did to the gauntlet, for a split second they hear an energy noise before they are knocked to the ground by the Fallen. The Fallen stabs his staff right into Ratchet's chest, killing him. But as Megatron is unfrozen, an Allspark wave activates from the surge of energy that is going around, which knocks all of them back, including the Fallen. Bulldog and Hot Rod aren't affected by the attack so much. However, Cup is badly injured, and the Fallen suffers some damage as well, but he doesn't get up as Dragon Storm lands on him and breathes fire on the Fallen, burning his body badly. But Megatron attacks, getting this beast off the Fallen. Hot Rod grabs Cup and says they have to fall back, with Bulldog agreeing, so they fall back, while Dragon Storm distracts the two cons. Megatron fires a beam of the Allspark, which does damage Dragonstorm's body, but Megatron starts to feel weak, with the Fallen saying he is using too much of the Allspark's energy, and if he uses more, it could run out. Dragonstorm hears this, but is too damaged to keep the fight going, so they take off and fly away, with the Fallen and Megatron staring, but they don't give chase, as they see they have won, and they are too damaged to even give chase anyways. The remaining cons stand up from the rubble, with Longarm and Salvage being missing, but Megatron just believes they had died from the fight, so doesn't check, and then he orders the rest of his Decepticons to follow him in the Fallen, as now is the time that they must find the Matrix of Leadership and activate the Star Harvester. The remaining Autobots reunite, not feeling well about everything, but at that moment, 3 bots approach them. They are about to pull their weapons out, but then Hot Rod realizes it's Ironhide. But he isn't alone, as the other 2 bots are Longarm and Salvage. Ironhide explains then that they saved him, as he was close to death, but they got him out of there. The others ask why the 2 did that, with Salvage saying they never felt good about the Decepticons' tasks they were having them do, and thus they just couldn't let Ironhide die, and they've been feeling like they've been on the wrong side. The Autobots accept this, but just before Ironhide could say anything, he sees something that he feels sad about, and that's all the teammates that are missing. And he is very sad about them knowing that they're gone, especially Ratchet, as he feels guilty that his old friend died, especially since now this is the 4th friend he has lost since coming to Earth, and he's all that's left of Prime's original team now. Hot Rod comforts him and says they can still win. If they did as much damage as they did to the cons in their state as of now, there is still hope. Ironhide agrees, but says that it still costs lives. But then Dragonstorm arrives and the Knights uncombine, with Stormrain being badly damaged. But then he does explain to them that he overheard the Fallen say to Megatron that the Allspark's energy is running low, and that can give them the advantage, especially with the staff continuing to grow in power as it recharges. However, at that moment, military vehicles roll up, and Ironhide believes that they will attack, so warns them to stay back. But Agent Simmons steps out, with Ironhide remembering him, but not trusting him because of last time he saw him capturing Bumblebee. Ironhide asks what he wants, with Simmons explaining that they need to make an alliance if they have a chance against the Decepticons, since they've seen that the Autobots are the only thing that have been able to do real damage to them. Ironhide thinks about this and sees the state of his team, and they need reinforcements and resources. So, he agrees, and thus the Autobots follow Simmons back to the KSI Sector 7 shared facility. When they arrive, the team gets repairs, but there is still tension as the humans there don't fully trust them, and the bots don't fully trust them given all the things that have been going on. However, Simmons then calls over Ironhide and says he needs to show him something. So, they walk towards the main lab, where Ironhide is shocked as he sees the black and blue Optimus Prime drone. And that is where I'm going to leave it for now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed part 3. We only got 4 more parts left, and we're almost there now. We're at the halfway point. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in part 4. Good day.